Good afternoon. My name's Hugh Brown. I'm a documentary photographer based in Perth, Western Australia. And I work in some of the most difficult and remote places on the planet, which means that when I go away I need to make sure that A, I'm prepared, and B, I have gear that I can rely on. Not only gear that I can rely on, but gear that serves a number of different purposes. So today I'm going to talk about a simple belt that I wear everywhere I go. I have 2 or 3 of these belts when I'm travelling on the road, so I don't have to keep pulling them out of one pair of pants and into another and all of that sort of stuff. But aside from the obvious use that the belt serves, the belt's rated. So I can use it as a tie-down strap. I can use it to bind luggage up that may have come loose when I'm on the road. And I can use it on my survival walks up in the Australia's Kimberley and Pilbara regions, where I go out for 10 or 11 days at a time and basically live off the land, take water from the rivers and all of that sort of stuff. And I found this belt to be absolutely brilliant for being able to support the weight of my water containers, my pannikins, and some of my other survival gear. The other thing that I use this belt for, or the other reason that I wear this belt, is that because I work in some of the more difficult places around the world, I need to have a backup option if something goes wrong. So for example, a number of the hotels I've stayed at in the last few years have been attacked a little while after I've left, and they say, or the people in the know tend to say, that your safest floors on any given hotel are between the 2nd and the 4th levels, mainly because if the bad guys roll up during the middle of the night or whenever they roll up, they generally sweep the ground floor first, and it takes them a little bit longer to get to the 2nd level and above. Why you don't go higher than the 4th level typically is that fire services typically don't have ladders that will go higher than 4 levels in a lot of places around the world. So I wear this belt, and what I also carry is a rope kit. So it's about 75 feet long. I think it's about 23 metres or something like that. So if the worst came to worst, I can hitch it to something in the hotel room, and I can jump out the window of that hotel, assuming that it's safe and all of that sort of stuff, and have a chance of getting to the ground. And what I do is I put a carabiner through the buckle on this belt. I put a rope through the carabiner, really simple munter hitch, and then I'm able to rappel down, so the theory goes. So what I'm going to do now, I've done this before to test the belt out. I've rappelled on this belt numerous times before. I'm going to go up and set up a rappel setup, and then I'm going to abseil down to show you what I'm talking about. Now I should stress, this is not something you would try at home unless there's an emergency, and it's basically as a last resort. But what I'm trying to demonstrate here is the number of different purposes that this belt fulfills. So as I say, when I'm travelling, I like each bit of kit to be able to fulfill 2, 3 or 4 different functions, and that helps me save on weight and the amount of luggage that I have to carry. So I'm going to give it a go, and I'll leave the camera running as I go over, and then I'll come back and conclude. Thank you. So in case you're wondering, wanting more information about the gear that I've just used, this belt is called an operator belt. It's manufactured by 511 Tactical, and it was purchased through 511 Tactical retailer, the Kit Bag. Both those outfits I've been using for about the past 8 years. They're brilliant people, the gear is first class, and what I really like about the gear is the range and the fact that each bit of kit tends to serve 2 or 3 or 4 different purposes, which is critical when you're on the road, and excess luggage and weight become important. As you can see just now, I've jumped off a 25-metre face just using a belt, not particularly comfortable, but it's geared for emergencies and not comfort. I've used a single carabiner and a bit of rope. So really appreciate you tuning in and listening to me, and I look forward to talking with you again in the coming weeks and months. Thank you very much.